Hello guys, LJG here, welcome back to another episode of my Southampton career mode. And this episode starts off with an email saying that our match with Manchester United has been moved to the 14th of August, meaning that our season opener will now take place against Man United and not Man City, which is fine because it does seem to happen every time I do a season with Man United or as Southampton. But we get a transfer offer in for Schneidlin, but to be honest, Schneidlin's one of my favourite players at Southampton. I think he's one of the top players there as well. So we're putting a counter offer for 7.5 million because with 7.5 million you can buy a decent replacement for a centre midfielder. We start our first game of the season. I mean, this episode literally I'm just going to be smashing out game after game after game, which is what I plan to do all the way up to January, and then from February to May I intend to do the same thing. But here is my starting lineup for our first game. We've got Perrin, Klein, Yoshida, Foren, Shaw, Schneiderlin, Davis, Punchon, Lallana, Ramirez and Lambert in a 4-2-3-1 formation. I think a 4-3-1 formation, 4-2-3-1 formation has worked really well, to be honest, for the Southampton team. And here's the Man United team. As you can see, they're not playing a very strong team. De Gea's on the bench, Ferdinand, Vidic, Van Persie, Hernandez, Nani all on the bench, but still this is Man United. They still have quite a strong team on with the likes of Rooney, Fletcher, Evra, Welbeck. But it doesn't stop us really. Punch-on manages to break through into the box, finds Ramirez in a lot of space. In the 9th minute, Southampton are 1-0 up against probably the biggest team in England. But coming to the second half, literally it's about the 30th minute of added time. So it's definitely Fergie time in this game. Rooney plays a great through ball in and Young just slots it past the keeper, equalising just before the half time whistle. But the referees allowed the play to go on, and Ramirez managed to find the slightest bit of space in the box, and he put Southampton up 2-1. But yeah, that didn't last long into the second half. Ashley Young latched onto a ball in the area and just managed to slot it past the keeper again, giving him his second and Man United second, and tying the game up to 2-2. Then a terrible back pass to Lindegaard, and Lindegaard's clearance was just absolutely poor. Fletcher couldn't get there before Lambert, and Lambert just smashes it into the top corner. Nothing Lindegaard could have done about it. But yeah, once again that didn't take long either, as Man United sub Van Persie came on, and Rooney managed to slot in a very sweaty goal. I was actually quite raging at that, so they shouldn't be doing goals like that. They should be trying a lot more, getting a lot better goals. But it doesn't really matter because Punchon was on hand to knock in a fourth for Southampton in the 80th minute. But then Rooney was there to slot in 3 minutes later, making this game 4-4. My first competitive game was against Man United, and it was a 4-4 draw. I'm very happy with how the squad was. I think we've got some good play, we've got some good movement going, so I'm generally quite happy. I don't really need to do much more in the transfer window before it all ends. But we then move into the next game, which is obviously against Manchester City, and I'm not too sure if you did hear my dogs going wild at the end of that Man United game. But there's about 4 dogs in this house at the moment. But we go into the game, and literally it's quite a slow game. But just as before half time appears, Ramirez managed to crack in the goal, and he is literally a goal scoring machine for me. That's his third goal in 2 games. But just before half time once again, I'm not too sure what's going on, why the referees are allowing so much injury time into the first 45 minutes, but I'm not too sure. But Lambert picks up the ball in the area, finds Lallana, and Lallana beats Joe Hart easily. And it's 2-0 to Southampton. Southampton are on a roll here. They're defeating the current champions of England. Well, not current champions anymore. But after some very dodgy play there and some really bad defending there by Court getting tackled in his area, which allowed David Silva just to manage to tap in the ball and give City some sort of hope, some lifeline that they could get something from this game. But it was too late because Southampton win 2-1. And that's my first victory in a competitive game with Southampton, and that's a very happy 3 points. But then we move on to Wigan, and Wigan normally I've noticed in FIFA games they normally end up being a rich team, but Wigan do have quite a decent squad. They're very underrated in my opinion, and should be a lot better. But there's not many highlights from this game, just to be honest. I do remember actually in real life Southampton lost this fixture 2-0. But here is my team with Perrin, Obeng, Yoshida, Foreign, Shaw, Davis, Court, Punchon, Rodriguez, Ramirez and Mayuka. I do really like using Mayuka. He's very young, he's very fast, which is sort of like different to Ricky Lambert, who's just got good skill and but he's decent stamina as well. The match started off pretty slow. We did come close, but the opportunity was a bit wasted by Beng. trying to get his first Southampton goal. Bang picks up the ball to Davis. Davis finds Ramirez, and obviously Ramirez is going to do what he does best, and that's score in the 45th minute apparently, because that's the third game in a row he's done that. But once again, the 45th minute just carried on going and going and going, and Kone was on hand to equalise for Wigan, and Kone is actually now an Everton player, leaving with Roberto Martinez. But there was actually nothing that happened in the second half, and the game did finish 1-1. So once again, we pick up only 1 point, but still, that's 5 points out of 3 games. That's pretty good for a newly promoted side like Southampton. But as you can see here, in my next game I do have quite a different squad. Harry Kewell makes his debut, his long anticipated debut. Yes, Ian also gets a start, but this is a Capital One game, so we'll be playing a slightly younger, different squad to what I do in the Premier League. But I do actually hope to do really well in the Capital One. I do hope to actually bring home the trophy. But Miyuka's there, scores in the 11th minute. The goalkeeper couldn't really do much about it, just pushed the ball but still went into the back of the net. And Harry Kewell there tried to get his first goal for Southampton, his debut, but there was just nothing that could happen. And Redburn plays the ball right at the end. Ball comes out toward Prowse. He knocks it down to Cork, and Cork fires miles over. And that was the end of the match. That's 1-0 Southampton. We go through into the next round of the Capital One Cup. But yeah, if you want to find out how we're doing the Capital One Cup, tune into the next episode where we do have our next game against Hull City. Here is the Premier League table. As you can see, we are sitting in the 5th position with 1 win, 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 0 losses. But I hope to see you all in the next episode of my Southampton career mode.